What's up everybody? Jay here with Jay's Backyard Cooking. And today we're gonna get into some beef dino ribs on the Traeger. Let's get into it. Get this pat dry on both sides. All right, I got the Traeger set to 250, got it cleaned out and ready to go. I'm just gonna wait for it to hit temperature. I'm gonna put the ribs in, meat side up. That way I have easier access to spritz whenever I need to. And then I'm not gonna flip it over until we actually put it into the foil boat. 266 didn't take long. Need to get it come down a little bit. Get this in here again, meat side up, fat side up, however you wanna call it. And then we're not gonna flip it over until I put it in the foil boat. So I knew this was gonna happen eventually. I forgot to turn the microphone on. Lost some audio here. Basically what I think I'm doing is explaining to you that I'm gonna pull out the heavy duty foil paper. I believe I did 2 layers on this one. And I just set everything out so that I could get the ribs put on. And then crinkle the foil paper all the way around it to form that boat. You'll see here shortly. And don't forget to use your PPE. Put some cotton gloves on under your food grade gloves just to kind of keep that juice off of your skin. It burns and it'll hurt. So here's the actual forming the boat part of it. You know, here I am explaining how beautiful that color is. And then again, just grabbing the foil paper, crinkling it up, rolling it up, folding it up, however you able to do it. Just to form that boat all the way around. That way, at this point on, as those ribs are leaking out their juices, it'll stay puddled up at the bottom of that boat, hopefully keeping everything nice and moist. But that's kind of what we're looking at right there, that foil boat. We'll see how it goes. Nothing much to it. I know it works on brisket. Pretty sure it'll work on these ribs. All right, I accidentally let the ribs go for a little longer than what I had planned. Internal temp of 204. The alarm went off at 202. I got some other projects going on the side. Completely forgot for a little bit there. I'm gonna pull these out, get them put in the aluminum pan, and then I'm just gonna cover them tightly with the aluminum foil. And then from there, they're going into the oven this time, not my cooler. We're gonna put them in the oven this time, let them rest until we're ready to eat dinner. I highly advise you use some form of glove under these gloves, because there is juice in there that could possibly fall out and burn you. You look. Get this probe out. Beautiful pullback from the bone. Try to spin that around, give you a good look. Turn that sideways. Just like that. Look at that pull. Look at that. Yep. Never disappoint. Stay it as tight as you can in this aluminum pan. And straight to the oven. Woo! I almost lost that one. Let's go to the oven. All right, she's been resting for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. Let's see what she looks like. Yeah. Let's get the pull test in. Flip this back around. See if we can get one of these bones to pull out. A little bit of tug, but clean pull. I think the foil bolt method works on the beef ribs. All right, I'm gonna get some corn tortilla thrown in the comal. I'm gonna get me a good pour, and we're gonna have some beef rib tacos. If you like what you saw here, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and comment. Anything helps. We'll see you next time. You know, today wasn't about perfection. It was about the process. I fired up the Traeger, threw on some Dino ribs, and trusted the foil bolt method. And let me tell you, those ribs came off juicy, smoky, and looking prehistoric. That told me one thing. The foil bolt method, it's legit. Now sure, I had some audio issues. New gear, new problems. It happens, but just like in life, when something doesn't go quite right, you don't throw the whole thing away. You learn from it, you adjust, and you come back better the next time. Because mistakes aren't failures, they're tuition. The ribs were great, the weather showed up, and that old Forester 1920, it did exactly what it was supposed to do. So if there's a lesson here, it's this. Sometimes you've got to experiment. Sometimes things get a little messy, but when you trust the process and keep moving forward, you end up with something worth savoring. So until next time, keep the grills hot and the seasoning simple.